Hey, what's up, guys? So I'm making this video to show you the difference between the icon and the Tesa tool sets. I don't know if you can see that, and I'm gonna get to the differences and I'm gonna get to the similarities, and I'm gonna tell you why I prefer the icon over the Tesa. The Tesa is a good tool. I like the Tesa, but the icon is more, I don't know, it's more sturdy. It has a better box to travel, a travel box. It's, it's pretty thick plastic and rubbery. And if you drop it, there's a chance it might not break. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna break because I'll be blind. But this one, if you drop it, because it's aluminum, it would bend. Anyway, let's get to the differences and the similarities. And then I'm going to get to these two tool sets. And the reason why I think Tesa and Tekton, or Tekton, I don't know, are probably the same company. A lot of people don't like the drive from the precision toolkit that comes with the Tesa. Where Tekton has a better drive, but made from the same company. And I'm going to show you that if you want a better tool set between the Tesa and the Tekton, I'm going to show you the reason why the Tekton comes from the same company and why it's a better drive. And I say better tool set, but a better drive. Because a lot of people don't like the drive on this one. I'm going to get to that. I'm not going to say it now. I'm not going to get to this one. There's no need for it because there's no other tool to put it to. But again, I'm going to show you, because I'm not going to lie, this one makes a better wrench than the icon. But anyway, I'm not going to get to that. I'm just going to get to these two for now, explain everything, the differences and the similarities. And then these two, I'm going to show you why I think Tekton and Tesa are the same company. Anyway, let's get into it. And by the way, all these three companies are made in Taiwan. Let's start with the icon. So here's the icon. I opened it up. You can see how people love this set. Again, I love it. I give it a 10 out of 10. And I'm going to show you why. Again, this might be a long video, so if you're impatient, I'm sorry. But I'm going to get to it. I'm going to name out what bits it has in it, and then I'm going to get to the tool itself and why I love this tool and why this tool works with this handle and why it's better. It works better with this handle than the Tesa does. Anyway, let's get into it and let's start anyway. So the first thing you see is the wrench itself. Right? So we know that this is a bit drive wrench, right? It drives bits, and then it can also become a wrench itself with the adapter. All right, so I'm gonna get into everything I like about this. I'm sorry, I jumped on the chair. Sorry for the noise. Why I love this tool, why I think it's great, and I don't have any problems with it. Again, this is not made for big jobs, so don't be, crazy and go and try to use it for a big job. It's not a big wrench. Anyway, let's start with the the top piece itself, the drive, right? Again, this is probably a 36 pin drive. Again, this probably counts. I'm not gonna count them. I don't know. It's somewhere up there. But again, it sounds good and sturdy, right? It's not loose. Look, no loose, nothing. No jig, nothing. It's very sturdy. I like the pin style. It's not all the way down here where it's open and it looks like it's going to break over time. I really like this tool. Again, I'm going to press this button here, and I want you to look at how this doesn't fall, right? So look, when I hold this button, you have to push it to fall. Look at that. There's no play. It stays in place even when you have the button down. I like that, right? Because if you press it by mistake, it's not gonna accidentally fall, whatever. the adapt itself. Again, this is the first model. There's a second model to this in Harbor Freight. By the way, I forgot to tell you, Icon is a brand that's sold from Harbor Freight. And Harbor Freight is affordable tools. They sell affordable tools made in Taiwan, China, and even the United States. Like Quinn. They got a couple. I'm not going to name all the names, but I don't want to advertise. But anyway, let's get to the drive itself and the extension. On the drive, it has a dot right here. And you can see it even in the back. It leads you to let you know where's the dot. On the extension, here you have a split groove here that's like cut off the hex, because this is hex shape. So, but it cuts off a piece of the hex here, like it's a pin, and then you have these leading dots showing you to line up those. I don't know if you can see it right there. Probably you can see it, but here you match it with the dot, and then when you push it through, it becomes a T drive. That is, I really like that. I mean, I love that. And if I need the power and the extension, the bits, by the way, are great. They're great bits. They're strong. But if I need that extra leverage, the T drive helps. Anyway, I'm going to show you how the Tesa handle, which I'm going to say you don't really need, because the tool itself works great. But look, we push in this extension, the Icon extension, into the handle. Look how it locks. That's not going anywhere. It became a full extension, a full extended, actually good size drive. I don't know. I like that. I really like the way this one looks. Now the Tesa extension that comes with the Tesa set, it's a little smaller. It's about here, and it's small. Where this one is an extra inch length, where it allows you to act and use this as a regular screwdriver. I don't know. I really like the way this fits with the set. That's why I love Icon. And I see why people actually favor this set. It's really nice. The box itself, it's very sturdy. You would think it's cheap plastic. It's not. It's very thick plastic, thick rubber. And it has a couple of standard drives that you need. I'm going to name the bits. You have flathead or standard. You have regular Torx. You have security Torx. You have a whole set of hex bits. You have, I think these are Phillips, 3 Phillips, more hex bits, and then you have Posey drives. Posey drives are like Phillips, but they come with extra grooves. For those of you who don't know, comes with extra teeth on the bit, and I think they made in Japan. I think Japan makes these versions, where the Phillips is made in America. They don't have that. The same bit, is just this one has an extra grip to it. But anyway, the box itself, that lock, it's very great. You press it and it locks, and it's really locked there. And hear it. It's just great. It locks well. Anyway, that's the Icon. I'm trying to make this video as short as I can, but that's the Icon. Now we're gonna get to the Tesa, and why, again, I like this tool. I love it, but it has its downs. Like, for instance, the box itself, it's aluminum. I know why they did this, but look, it's loose. I know why they did this. It's like supposed to be old-fashioned military type style. It does come with the bit sizes. Let me see the bits. I'm gonna call them out. The first bits are Phillips. Second bits are Posey drives. Third bits are standard. You got 2 hex. You got Torx, and then you have security Torx and 2 more hex in the bottom. Now we're going to talk about the drive. Why a lot of things on this drive I like, and a lot of things on this drive I hate. The thing I hate about this drive is that it has an open neck area. A lot of people don't mind that, but I do. I've seen these things snap under pressure. And again, you don't need to use a lot of pressure, but over time using this will fail the clip. Where the Icon hasn't failed on me, and I've been using it for bike repairs and everything. I don't understand why they have this here. Again, I'm not a fan of that. I wouldn't use this as a screwdriver. I mean, the extension doesn't work as a T, so there's no point in that. That's really uncomfortable to really screw whatever, not like a T handle where you could keep going like this. It's kind of annoying. Trust me, I used it. But again, I like it. I give it a maybe 7 out of 10. Where the Icon, I give it a 10 out of 10. Again, the reason I do that, I say that is because again, with the Icon, we tested this. I'm going to show you what happens when we hold this button, right? Remember when we hold and the Icon, we can move it. Even though we press the button, it stays in place. Look what happens when I do it with the Tesa. Did you see it? Look. I'm going to clear my hand more out. I want you to see the neck on it. You see the collapse? It's flimsy. I don't know look at that. Again, people may like that, but I think that pin should have been better installed. Where you can see on this side, it's sticking out, and then this side is kind of too in. It looks like it's coming out of place. And that's kind of like, I don't know, letting me down. Again, I don't understand what's the point of this. I wouldn't use this as a screwdriver. Where the Icon, yes, I would have understand why would this would be on the Icon, but I don't know. I like it. Again, I'm not saying it's a bad tool. Hey, you get this set, it's gonna work well. It works as a great tool to drive, with the bit. I tested it on the bits out, the magnet, it's very strong. You can see it's strong. It's not as strong as the Icon, but it's strong. The Icon is very strong. But the power of the magnet is pretty great. It's not as good as the Icon, but it's pretty great. Where, again, now let's put this back. The extension into the drive. I'm going to show you something. All right, fine. People be like, oh, yeah, that's good, whatever. But look at this. Every time you pull out a bit, I want to show you something. The neck comes up. Like, right. It's not doing it now, but it usually comes up. Like, sometimes it comes up. If you're using it in a tool and then you can see how, look, doesn't hold as well. When I put the Icon piece in this, it was more longer, a great extension, more extended, and it fit better in there. It doesn't lock on like this, but it fits better. Again, I don't like that. I don't know. I would use it. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I don't like that play. Yeah, but again, I like the tool. I wouldn't say it's better. It's better than the Icon. Tesa is a great tool. I think it's a cheaper tool because you get 3 for the price of 1. Because the Icon is pretty expensive. But if I'm gonna say get a tool where it's gonna do a 3, I would say get the Icon. However, Icon does not come with ratchet bits like these. So again, this is good. Again, I don't know why this one has it either. I don't know why they did that. That's kind of stupid. Sorry, because I wouldn't use this as a screwdriver. I'm sorry. They need to get rid of that. They should just put a more extended handle here and get rid of the drive. If there's no point in that. There's no point in using this. Now I'm gonna show you the reason why I like the Icon. Yeah, fine. You can use this on it, but you could use this on the Tesa, but the Icon came with the piece. So again, look, I'm gonna show you. It's kind of fidgety, but it works. It works as a wrench. Okay, and where the Tesa wrench, this is what I like about this wrench. It lays flat there. I like that. It's not moving as much and it has a release switch. I like this wrench, but I just don't like this. This wrench specifically, I give it a 9 out of 10. I just don't like that. As you can see, look at that. Look. I'm gonna show you the Icon with a wrench piece, and you tell me with a heavy piece on it. Now watch. I'm gonna press both of them, and I want you to see. Look, it's still not falling. Look, and I'm trying. Okay, it's not falling. Where this one is just, look at it. It's fucking flimsy. I don't like that. I don't know. I wouldn't, again, if I had a choice that I was buying one tool and I needed it, let's per se, and I needed a tool to work with, I would not get this one. I mean, I would get it for, I think that Icon should have sold its sets with these actual wrench pieces in there, these wrench bits in there. Because why would you have the extender and not have the wrench piece? That's the only thing I didn't understand why they put that piece in it. But it's fine. I mean, it works. You know, you can buy a separate piece, separate tools for it, you know, bits for it. But again, I prefer the Icon over these two tools. You would need two of these tools where this one can do both jobs. Okay, so now let's get to the other tools. These two. And I'm not going to talk about similarity. I'm going to talk about in these two sets on why I think Tesa and Tekton are from the same company. I'm going to show you why. These are both precision tools. If you into like me fixing phones or PlayStations, Xboxes, I have a lot of tools. I have iFixit tools. I have Jake Me tools. Many precision tools. But what caught my eye, because I recently got these sets, it came in 3. Well, what caught my eye is that people were complaining about the drive. Now, these precision bits. You got hex bit, you have posy drive, you have pentalobes, you have, I call them snake eyes, Sims card remover, triangle tips, and tri-points. You have one torque and then the rest security torques. You have standard and then you have Phillips in the bottom. Now, a lot of people, they okay with the drive. They don't like this because they say they should have bring this up here. Now, I'm going to show you why I say these two are the same company. Let's get open. Okay, are you ready? Here is the Tekton drive compared to the Tesa drive. They're the same. You don't believe me? Look at the bottoms. They're both carved out from the same companies. The only difference is the Tesa has a longer knob. I mean, it's the same size, right? But it has a more fine fit to it, where the Tekton has a more bold fit to it. A lot of people with big hands will prefer this one because you can choke up on the top to tighten, and the grip is there to do so. Where this one, you have I have skinny hands, but I have big hands. Where I wouldn't prefer to use it like this. You have to use your tool like this. So this one allows you to do that. It fits better in the hand. This is where I'm telling you that I think Tesa and Tekton are from the same company. Look at the drive. Unless they have a contract with another company that does the drives. But there you go. Look at the similarities. That's the only similarities I'm talking about, the drives. There was a lot of people preferring this drive right here. They didn't know that Tekton made these drives. The people who have Tekton would know and say, yeah, oh shit. But Tesa, they would be like, oh, there was a guy on YouTube saying, oh, it would have been better if they made a drive like this. They did. Years before Tesa did. Tekton came out first. Tesa came out later. Look at the difference. This one has a higher grip and it's bulgier on the top and it's better. Where both of the bottoms are the same. If I hold it like this, you won't even be able to tell the difference. Okay? So there you go. That's how I know that they either getting both of their drives from the same company, because the bits are even similar. This one's a dish more shiny, but they're similar bits. I'm thinking they carving them out from the same company, just selling them by different names. Anyway, I just wanted to get into that. I wanted to show you why I prefer the Tekton over the 3 sets of Tesa. Again, I love Tesa. If I didn't have these, I would use these 3. But this one does what these 2 don't, and this one has a better drive than this one. So, yeah. Again, I know why they do these aluminum boxes. I just, please, if you get these, don't drop them. They will bend. Trust me, they will get destroyed. Anyway, I'm going to tell you, I already said what I had to say, and Icon and Tekton takes the cake when it comes to Tesa. Tesa's a nice set. If you into fixing, certain things and whatever, you want to have separate tools. Again, this one is nice. They nice. Tesa is nice, but I will go, if I had to get a set that's going to do multiple jobs, I'm going with the Icon. If I'm going to use a precision tool between Tesa and Tekton, I'm going with Tekton. Anyway, again, I like the Tektons. I don't have anything, but I do give this one a 9, this one a 7, and this one a 6 because of its drive. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you later.